Tyson Fury drops another one to Alexander Usyk. It was a rough one last night. Going into this fight, I really thought that Fury would work on a lot of his mistakes from the first fight, which he did, but it was still not good enough, though it was closer. There was some controversy from yesterday's decision. I had the fight pretty close. I was not surprised that they gave it to Usyk, but I would have been okay with a draw or even giving it to Fury. I'll get it out of the way. I had a 7-5 for Fury, though it wasn't that big of a robbery. I'm sure if I watched the whole fight again, maybe I'd score a little differently, but in the moment, I actually did have a 7-5 for Fury. People had it 116, well, the judges had it 116, 112. That wasn't the case. AI scored 118 for Usyk. That also was not the case. If you want to say that Usyk won, that's fine, okay? If I watched it again, like I said, maybe I'd score it differently, but he did not win more than 7 rounds. I'm happy for Usyk. He's an all-time great. It's amazing that we get to witness a guy like Usyk, and he just proved once again that he's the best heavyweight of this generation. I was just really hoping that Fury would get these belts back. But let's talk about the actual fight. Fury took a more serious approach going into this fight. We saw the last fight, he was showboating from the very beginning. They were also doing just stupid stuff before the fight. We saw John Fury, butting with Usyk's team. Thankfully, he was not involved this time around, even though Fury lost, but I'm just glad John Fury was out of the picture. But going into the fight, of course, Fury was more locked in. He still had a silly ring walk, but in the actual ring when he's fighting, wasn't showboating right away like we saw last fight. He took it more serious. He looked locked in. He was very serious, and that's what I was actually just glad to see. He had to do that first if he really wanted a shot at this. He also weighed a lot more. I mean, it kind of looked unhealthy at this point. I wanted Fury to still be heavy, but I didn't really want him to actually add on any weight. I wanted him to stay there around the same weight he was last fight. It looked unhealthy, and because of that, he also was slowed down a lot. Okay, you can't be slow against a fast, skillful boxer like Usyk, who's so quick. Fury already, though, is quick for his size. He's always been. That's what made him so fun to watch and so good. So he was always fast for his size. But when you're 280-some pounds, that's just a bit too slow. He looked unhealthy. I didn't like the way he looked. Of course, boxing's not a bodybuilding contest, but it's common sense. When you weigh 280, whether it's muscle or fat like Fury has, it's just not good. You're not going to win. That's a bad thing to see. Fury should have kept it around 260, 265 like he did last fight. Fury was still fast, of course, and even at 280, Fury's still one of the faster heavyweights in the world, but you just can't be like that when you're fighting a guy like Usyk. He was more disciplined and he worked on a lot of things that I wanted him to, and he did. I expected him to work on not fighting off the back foot so much like he did in the first fight, not getting trapped on the ropes or in the corner. There was some times, at the end of the rounds when he was getting a little tired, but throughout the whole fight, it was pretty good. He wasn't getting trapped the whole time in the corner, wasn't working off that back foot a lot of the times. He was trying to keep it in the center of the ring for the majority of it, and I like to see that, and that's what made the fight so close. There was some times, though, he would be absolutely dumb, like going southpaw, and every time he would go southpaw, Usyk would land a big combination. I feel like all the big shots that Usyk actually landed on Fury was him trying to explore southpaw. Then that does not work, okay? That does not work. We see so many fights, guys try to go southpaw, and it's a stupid decision. I mean, there's really not much else to talk about the fight. It was close. I was expecting Fury to win. He didn't. It is what it is. Usyk obviously is the better boxer. Usyk is the unified heavyweight champion of the world. Many people hate Fury, which, I mean, listen, they give AJ a pass, a guy who threw belts out of the ring, had to get held back from his team, from trying to fight Usyk's team after a fight. He somehow gets a pass. But Fury always was a talker. People loved him when he was winning, all right? When he was showboating and all this, people loved him. Now he loses, now everyone's against him. That's just how boxing is. He loses to 0, everybody hates him. All right, loses to Francis Ngannou with that decision. Not his fault that Francis got robbed, but of course everyone blames Tyson Fury. Listen, Tyson Fury, I'm always going to be a fan of him. People got to appreciate him more. He's still a good boxer. Even though he lost to Usyk, he's still the second best heavyweight. He's still better than AJ, because that's the next fight that's coming up. That's another thing to ask. What's next for Fury? AJ? Yes, it should be. I don't know if Fury wants to still chase titles or money. I think he's at the stage where he wants to chase money. I wish we got to see more out of Fury title chasing. Kind of his fault for trying to avoid Usyk and trying to hold up belts out a while. Like, obviously fighting Derek Chisora for the 3rd time, that was stupid. All right, he should have been fighting Usyk a lot earlier. It is what it is. Fought Wilder, though, in Wilder's prime. Wanted to see him fight AJ as well, but I think we might get it now. Let me be honest, I think Fury beats AJ. I think he outpoints him. I think he outboxes him. Obviously, Fury's going to have to slim down. He could. Okay, he doesn't need to be heavy. He could slim down a bit more against a guy like AJ, but I really think that Fury beats AJ. I think any point in Fury's career, he could beat AJ, but we'd like to see that fight next year in Wembley. But if that's the case, if we see that in Wembley, we might see that as a retirement fight for Tyson Fury. If Fury wants to go the champion route, wants to become a champion again, which I really hope he does, Okay, because if he's fighting AJ, I mean, he's coming off a loss. What is it going to be for a vacant belt? At that point, boxing's just kind of being corrupt again, because why are any of these two fighting for a vacant belt when they're both coming off losses? But anyway, that probably won't be for any belts. It'll probably just be for boxing and money, and for the UK fans always wanted to see. But if he wants to go the champion route, I mean, he can fight Dubois. Alrighty, he's fighting Joseph Parker, but Joseph Parker gets a bit sticky there because Joseph Parker and Tyson Fury have been friends forever. So, I mean, is Fury going to have to end that friendship to get that title if Parker ends up beating Dubois? Who knows? I really don't know how that fight's going to go. Dubois over Parker. I really do not know how that fight's going to go. I won't be surprised if Parker wins. But if Dubois wins, he's probably going to chase Usyk. And I don't know. I don't know what's next for Fury, honestly. We're probably going to see the AJ fight. I'm sure Turkey's going to make that happen, throw some dollar bills. It better be in Wembley or else it's pointless. All right, but that's fight we all want to see. What's next for Usyk? I don't know. If I was Usyk, there's really nothing else to do. There's really nothing else to chase. He beat AJ twice. He beat Dubois, and that was a legit win. Don't try to say, oh, well, he got hit in the stomach. He got a body shot. He was trying to play it off as hit below the belt. You really think Usyk wasn't going to get up? He was down for a while because he was just taking advantage of the extra time he had. Usyk beat Dubois. He knocked him out with a jab. So he beat Dubois, he beat AJ twice, and he beat Fury twice. I mean, there's really nothing else for Usyk to do. Let the belts loose. Let's see some more title fights from heavyweights again. There's no reason for him to, hold up the division or keep fighting heavyweights. He's better than everybody. But that is my recap on the fight. Close fight. Good fight. Once again, I think the first fight was still a better fight. Usyk won that first fight. I mean, there was nothing controversial about that. Usyk did win that first fight. This fight, though, it could have went either way. I think the most legitimate decision would have been a draw. Okay, I had it a little bit for Fury, but Usyk, though, still did a lot to win, of course. The AI judging, stupid. It was not 118 for Usyk. Okay, do not let AI in boxing. Just leave it to the humans. I get it, humans are still corrupt. Human judges are not the best either, but no reason for me allowing robots into sports, combat sports. Leave it to the judges. What do you think? What's next for Tyson Fury? What's next for Usyk? What do you think about me saying that Fury did enough to win? What do you think about AI judging? Hey, good fight. Glad to see 2 fights. Usyk, though, generational boxer. No doubt about it. What's next for Fury? I just want to see him get back in there again. I don't want to see him retire. Let me know what you guys think, though. Make sure to subscribe. Best boxing content on YouTube. I'm out, guys. Peace.